Alright, so I'm gonna make some chicken wings. I'm gonna do them in the smoker. This is one that I do that's a baked recipe anyway. So I just crank my smoker up a little bit. Probably not gonna get a lot of smoke flavor because it's only gonna be about an hour. Um, what this calls for, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. It helps dry it out. So I actually add a little bit more. This is for 2 pounds of chicken, by the way. 2 pounds of chicken wings. So you got the baking powder. It says sea salt, but I like regular Morton salt better. It's 1 teaspoon of that. Half teaspoon of black pepper. I do my own ground black pepper. I like that, so it seems to work pretty good. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. A 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. And a teaspoon of onion powder. Now that's what I make for my wife because my wife don't like spicy stuff. So I make that for her. But when I make mine, I add to it chipotle. And this time I added a little white ground pepper. See what happens. I like mine with a little bit of kick. My wife don't like hers with kick. So, and then you got a little bit of olive oil. And I measured them out. I've already done my wife's here. So I measured them out. That's roughly a pound. This is like 2.5 pounds. So you put them in the big old bowl. Add a little oil. Shake these bad boys up. Get the oil spread around as much as you can. I've already mixed everything up in here. So everything's all in this little one. Just dump that in there. Like I said, the baking soda is supposed to help it dry out. So, or baking powder. So help it dry out and get a little crispy. Shake these up. That's what they're going to look like. And then they're going to go on. Now, what the recipe says is put tinfoil down, aluminum foil, put that down. You got to pat the wings dry of as much water as you can. And then you put them on a layer. You bake them for 20 minutes. Then you take them out and you roll them over and you bake another 20, 30 minutes. I've been doing it with these cookie trays on top. I don't have to flip them. So it says to do it at 425 for that time, 20 minutes and then 20 to 30 minutes depending on when they're done. So I crank my smoker up to 400. It might take a little bit more than an hour, or about an hour. So we'll see. I've never tried it on the smoker. I don't know if this is going to work. So this is a learning experience. I'll put this online, and the recipe itself is good. It works really good in the oven. Works very good in the oven. I love it. This is my go-to for the wings. It's easy. Doesn't take long. With these trays, like I said, I don't have to flip them, so I just leave them in there, and everything gets flowing around the way it needs to, and they come out of the oven perfect. So hopefully they'll come out of the smoker perfect. We shall see. An update on where we're at here. We've been in. We got about 15 minutes left to be a little over an hour. They're starting to look pretty good. I'm gonna give them a good 15 minutes. I'll try one of the bigger ones in the middle. You can see they're dripping down some juices. It's a nice day today. It's like roughly 60 degrees. As you can see, the sun is out. The pit boss is kicking it in. I don't know. They're looking good. I can't wait. We'll let you see what happens when we get to the end. All right, here we go. I did about 30 minutes the first time, and I did 35 the second time at 400 degrees. So it's been a little over an hour. Let's see if they're done. It's done. I pulled out a couple of the thicker ones. They're done. So all the smaller ones will definitely be done. The bigger ones will be done. These are the spicy ones, and I had a lot of chipotle to this, and they're hot. Ooh, they're hot. But the chicken's done. Um, so as the recipes in the beginning. It's a good recipe. I love this recipe. It's not quite as crunchy in the smoker because I got the water on the bottom, so it kind of keeps it a little more damp than when I put it in my oven. I put it in my oven. There's no water in there, so it kind of dries things out. They're still good. There's still some really damn good wings. Um, oof, they're good. I definitely would recommend this recipe. I'd recommend this mix. It's not my mix. It's a mix that I found online. So I'm not going to try and take credit for something that I didn't do. But yeah, these are good.